Hey Cloud Gamers, today we're having a look at Watch Dogs Legion at 4K on Google Stadia and the Series X. Now to begin with, I'm not going to tell you which one is which, so just have a look at the first section here and let me know in the comments below if you can guess which one is the Series X and which one is Google Stadia. Google Stadia is running on the Chromecast Ultra with the full 4K and 5.1. The Series X is also hooked up to a 4K TV, actually the same 4K TV. The sound will be a little bit off on the Chromecast because the splitter does not like the 5.1 that the Chromecast outputs, and I can't seem to turn it back to stereo. So there we go, did you manage to guess which one was which? The Series X is actually the one on the left and Google Stadia is the one on the right. Now those of you paying close attention will notice as we come down here the trees look a lot crisper on the Series X side, and also the motion is a little bit more fluid. But the question here really is Google Stadia good enough? Considering there's no downloads, no updates, and it's only $100 versus $400 to $500. Google Stadia is definitely showing that it can still be a competitor even against the next gen. And we definitely know that we're going to be getting some upgrades to Stadia in the near future. But moving around, if you did pick up the Series X, you will not be disappointed.
I didn't know what to expect, but I liked it a lot. It's amazing, really.
See the show they're calling amazing.
As we come to the mission section, we'll move over to Google Stadia in full screen, so you can see the full 4K footage here. And now we can see that we got a little bit of blurriness around the character and the environment is not quite as crisp and clear. We'll see that more when we move over to the Series X, but it is still very good. I can't wait for Ubisoft Plus to come to Stadia, as the convenience of no downloads and upgrades really does help. And the quality is good enough most of the time. See, the combat is still very fluid, and when you're not driving around, the differences from Stadia and Series X and PC are not as obvious. As we switch over to the Series X then, full screen as well, now we can see that difference quite clearly, and the Series X is much crisper, and moving around just feels more fluid. Character model is much clearer than on the Stadia version, and the environment around is also extremely crisp, even with the graphics and the graffiti in the background. No quality is lost. Once again, you can see that combat looking very smooth. I'm very impressed with the Series X version, but the lack of Ubisoft Plus versus having it on other platforms is definitely a drawback, with most of the games being more expensive on the Series X than on Stadia as well. If you do want to buy them outright, definitely makes it a more difficult decision. As we come back side by side then, you may now see those differences a little bit more obviously, especially with the fluidity of the movement as we're moving around in the car, and the graphics of the environment a little bit further down the road. But unless you're looking for it, Stadia doesn't make it too obvious. And it really will be down to preference and convenience about where you want to play, especially if you've not managed to pick up one of those Series S or X on launch day. They are very difficult to get hold of, versus Google Stadia pretty much giving them away for YouTube Premium members. and still making it quite a cheap entry point into the gaming market. Let me know where you're going to be playing if you have been playing Watch Dogs Legion. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of the latest across all cloud gaming platforms, and I will see you next time.